Hello, how are you? Thank you again for joining me for another video. Coming at you, mother truckers, again with another bit of football content, some expert analysis into, this time it's going to be Champions League week. The football's back, Champions League, here we go. Thank you again for your support in the first video. Obviously we got a lot of views, and obviously my preview of that Liverpool-Arsenal game was pretty spot on. I think, you know, if we look at that game, you know, it kind of said, everything I said really basically happened, essentially. We saw hothead, as I said, Xhaka. Basically, Liverpool only got into the game, I think, with, you know, himself and Trent going at it in the first, was it maybe 20 minutes after we conceded the first 2 goals from Arsenal. But that really, you know, put Anfield into full force. And if there's one thing you don't want as an opposition player, is Anfield in full force. So that's definitely what happened the last day, and I basically nailed that. So now I'm going to nail the Champions League for you. We've got, is it Benfica and Inter Milan? All right, nobody's going to be watching that game tonight. It's Manchester City against the big dogs, Bayern Munich. And, you know, the way I see that game going... Sorry, lads, just itching my foot there. The way I see that game going, I think, obviously I don't have my tactics board, by the way. You might be wondering where I am. It's a bit of a new setup for today's video. Looks like I'm in the Pakistani mountains or something, but I'm actually, I'm just, I left the office earlier on today. You can see all my business suits behind me. I've got a couple of meetings there in Europe coming up, a couple of football meetings, football agent meetings, but that's to be kept private. Back to the Manchester City game, excuse me. So the way I see that game going now, lads, is it's going to be a tight one now. You see, Pep has been going for this Champions League now at City for the past couple of seasons. Obviously came close to the final, losing to Chelsea in 2020, I believe, and he's been struggling since, hasn't he? Was he knocked out by Lyon before that, Monaco in his first season? Some weak opposition, it has to be said, albeit they've improved since then. But, you know, this is really, in my opinion, Pep's last chance. If you're not going to win the league, if Arsenal are going to go on and win the league, which, you know, I did say in the last video that it was one of their most important matches in their modern day history, that kind of might well stand, because, you know, that drop points against Liverpool may or may not decide the league, in my opinion. But, you know, Manchester City, this is the be all and end all for them. Champions League, it's what they've all wanted. Listen, they've won the league title the past couple of seasons now. It's, you know, it's make or break, you could say, for Pep Guardiola and his men. So the way I see this one going, lads, it's pretty clear to me. This has got draw written all over it, especially against a strong Bayern Munich team that's recently appointed Tuchel. Initially kind of thought they could get the better of them, but, you know, I thought they were harsh on Julian Nagelsmann there, letting him go. Might well end up at Chelsea, ironically, maybe next season. Super Frank Lampard, he's the new Chelsea manager now, of course. But anyway, that's by the by. Manchester City, Bayern Munich, that's got 2-2 written all over it. And obviously tomorrow we've got more Champions League games, actually. We've got, it was Napoli, it was an Italian tie. It was Napoli against AC Milan. Now, Napoli won this game recently in the Serie A 4-0. So I'm expecting a bit of another Napoli whitewash. Maybe not necessarily 4-0, but a pretty convincing win nonetheless. You know, and I actually really think Napoli, they're dark horses for the Champions League this season. And mark my words when I say that, because they're really going to do something, I think. Manchester City, they can only go so far. I think Napoli, the aura around Napoli at the moment, especially, you know, the last few seasons, Diego Maradona passing away on us, I think huge moments in football like this, it brings people together in a way, especially in the city of Naples. I think anyone that's been there will know, special footballing city. You know, you've got certain cities that really embrace the aura and diversity of football, and Naples, Napoli is certainly one of those cities. You know, you see with Liverpool, Dortmund is another one. Naples is a special city for football. What else in the news? Roy Hodgson, 5-1 win against Leicester City, who might well get relegated now, which is quite sad, if I'm being honest with you. I'm a big fan of Leicester in the past few seasons in the Premier League, of course. Won the league, everyone knows that. But it reminds me a little bit of the Blackburn Rovers situation back in 1995 when they won the league. Obviously Tim Sherwood being their captain back then. It's got a similar feel to it this time round, and I just hope they can come back from this. Dean Smith has been appointed there. I think this morning I heard about it at work. some of my colleagues were informing me in the Football Agent Centre. I just hope it works out for them, because nobody wants to see Leicester get relegated. I think for a while there, Leicester were almost everybody's second favourite team. So it would be sad. Very, very sad indeed. Let me know how your predictions are for the games, the Champions League ties up ahead. I certainly, in my opinion, it's got draw written all over it tonight. Manchester City, Bayern Munich. I'm looking forward to the Real Madrid-Chelsea game as another one that's on tomorrow, as well as the All-Italian tie. But I think I'm going to watch all the All-Italian tie. Real Madrid are going to roll over Chelsea. Mark my words when I say that, lads. Listen, I predicted the last game pretty accurately, pretty spot on. I think it's no different this time round as well. I work in the industry, I work in football. So I think I really know what I'm talking about. So that's all from me. Thanks again for all the support the past few days. It's been absolutely immaculate. And that's it. All right. Okay.